Hello everyone, welcome to India Today. So today we have a really special guest with us whose recent film Ghoomer has been receiving love and appreciation from all across the globe. Please welcome Saiyami Kher.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
joining us with India Today.
Absolutely my pleasure.
So, just after the success of Ghoomer, we're getting to interact. How is the success now?
It's been extremely overwhelming. Yeah, I'd come to Delhi for a day. Unfortunately, couldn't come to the India Today office. But it's been very overwhelming because I've never received this kind of love for anything I've done so far. So it feels very special because this film is. हम हर फिल्म में कहते हैं it's very close to my heart, but this one actually has my entire heart. It's not a piece of my heart. My entire heart has this film. So it just feels wonderful that we're getting the love that we've received.
Also, the film was screened at, Melbourne Film Festival and you guys received a standing ovation. What was the feeling back then, standing there in front of the audience, global audience, and, clapping for your film? What was that at that point of time?
I think I'm somebody who जब the camera is not on, I'm very reserved.
Okay.
So I can't express what I feel publicly. Like I have it all kept inside. So AB was crying and crying
I
and
saw that
crying,
videos.
and then he came and hugged me, and I was just like smiling. This बाद में he was making so much fun of me because Balki sir couldn't come, he was unwell. So he said, Balki, this girl, I don't want her, she doesn't know emotion, and you should have come. I was crying and hugging her and she was just not responding. So I'm somebody who is very bad with responding to reactions. Obviously it feels very very good because you get a standing ovation for your film. That to a paid audience, it wasn't like a invited audience. So it feels very special, and they're all very real reactions, very real reactions. So Melbourne was very special, but I feel the most special screening that I have been to for Ghoomer is we did a screening for the blind cricket team and for the handicap cricket team, which they play on wheelchairs. And that time I couldn't, like, I was fully welled up in my eyes because they were so touched by the film. They were so moved, saying that, you know, because it is a film for them also, it's their life. So they were just very moved, and that time I was finding it very difficult to hold my emotions back.
And how did this film actually come to you? Did you audition for it, or how did our Balki approach you for it?
So I think my two favorite films I've done I haven't auditioned for. So Choked and Ghoomer I didn't audition for. Balki sir saw me playing cricket somewhere.
Okay.
He saw me playing a long time ago and he offered this film to me almost 4.5 years ago. And then wo hui nahi, it kept getting delayed. He knew I loved cricket. He loves cricket a little more than me. And he said, if I make this film, I'll make it with you. Otherwise, I won't. So I said, ऐसे ही बोल रहे. But he stuck to his word. And I really admire the man's conviction.
And there were a lot of challenges. I mean, playing an amputee cricketer is not an easy task at all. There are a lot of challenges involved. So, what was your biggest thing that you had to overcome while playing that character or prepping for it?
So, obviously, physically, it was very difficult because my hand was tied up for 10 hours when we were shooting, and very hot. You had to play cricket. I had to learn how to become a left-hander. I'm a right-hander in life. So, physically, it was tough, but it was still all right. For me, just being able to portray a handicapped cricketer authentically and not have any kind of false note is what I was most worried about. So the emotional graph of what happens when you lose an arm, we would never know. We would never know that kind of pain, what the family goes through. So I spoke to a lot of para athletes. I spent a lot of time with them. So it was, for me, the challenge was more the emotional graph of the character.
And what kind of notes did you ask Arbal की? उन्होंने कितनी आपकी मदद करी इस चीज को प्ले करने में?
मतलब डायरेक्टर का हाथ पकड़ के ही हम आगे जाते हैं, अदरवाइज इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. आई एम अ कंप्लीट डायरेक्टर्स एक्टर. सो मदद तो हमेशा हर स्टेप पर होती है, बट ही इज अगेन I've been spoiled for choice from like Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra to Anurag Kashyap now to R. Balki. Everyone has just kept on spoiling me as an actor because they are so sensitive, they are so beautiful when they direct their actors, and they completely love their actors, so they really pamper their actors. So with Balki sir also, he's known me for some time, and he's just the nicest human being, the most non-filmy human being you will meet. तो कुछ ड्रामा होता ही नहीं है उनके लाइफ में. It's all like चलो जल्दी करो.
सेट पे भी ऐसे रहता था.
सेट पे फुल्ली चिल, ड्रामा होता ही नहीं था. It used to be like let's shoot quickly, घर जाके क्रिकेट देखनी है. मतलब he's so obsessed about the game.
Okay.
But just the, and he's just one of the most intelligent human beings I've spent time with. So there was a lot of learning spending time with him.
Also, घूमर की सक्सेस अपनी तरफ, ठीक है, रिसीविंग अ लेटर फ्रॉम अमिताभ बच्चन एंड सचिन तेंदुलकर से इतनी सारी अप्रिसिएशन, वो चीज़ कैसे आपने, यू नो, आर यू स्टिल ट्राइंग टू सल्क इन?
I'm still, it's all still, it's not hit me still, but Amit ji's letter is something which every actor dreams for.
Absolutely.
And it all felt so surreal because it was happening so quickly. And like that day AB was making fun of me saying you don't show emotion and you need to start showing a little emotion. So thankfully I was at home alone when the letter came and I couldn't stop crying, because for me the letter is much more than I mean, see, it's been 7 years. Uske pehle 2 years I've been auditioning for things. I have faced rejection 99% of my life. So I've been told a whole lot of things of she can't act, she should get a lip job, she should get this job, that job. So now we have heard so much negativity. So like a stamp of approval from the Amitabh Bachchan felt like a big victory for me. So it just evoked a lot of emotions. My grandmother was a big fan of Amit ji, so there was just too many reasons why I couldn't contain my emotions.
I think फैमिली का रिएक्शन होगा, ये मिल गया. I think इससे बड़ी चीज और नहीं हो सकती, you know, getting a validation, or not exactly validation, or like a थप्पा जिसे हम कहते हैं.
जी.
So you know, you are one person जिसने, you know, you've been very outspoken about beauty standards in cinema. तो उसको ब्रेक करते करते, what was your, I mean, how did you break the notion initially first?
I think break the notion is, one is you just have to be very comfortable with who you are. You have to be comfortable in your own skin, because there's always advice given saying your lip is too thin, your nose is too small, your jaw is, so this is constantly the way people have
But
spoken.
ये आपको demotivate भी तो कर सकता है.
नहीं करता है, because वही बात अच्छी है कि मैं छोटे शहर से हूँ मैं, तो I have never gone by norms of beauty standards जो magazines में लोग कहते हैं, पढ़ते हैं. I mean, it's something which I've never read, so I don't know, and I'm very comfortable with who I am. So बाल straight होने चाहिए, कपड़े ऐसे
I was about to ask you, how do you manage these wavy hairs? I mean, you know, my fascination for the hair अलग से, but how do you keep those hair? I mean, especially when you're preparing for such roles that are so demanding.
No, this my hair was tied up, so there was no beauty, and there was, especially with Ghoomer, hair makeup कुछ था ही नहीं. We used to, my hair makeup used to be hotel से मैं भाग के set पर जाती थी 5 kilometers.
Okay.
Set मतलब in my costume. So it was as real as it got, and then
warm
I
up
used to
हो
start shoot. Warm up होता था 4-5 kilometers, 30 minutes I used to run, and then start shoot. So hair makeup जैसे वो it used to be, by the time I reached, that is what it was. But otherwise, in general, I keep my hair tied up. You must have noticed when I entered it, I always keep it tied up so it doesn't get frizzy.
Also, coming back to the beauty standards, तो इस वजह से आप अपनी कहीं films, you lose on a lot of films, right? If you don't go by the norms, because कई बार ऐसा होता है ना, आपके पास एक बहुत अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट आती है, but then because उस स्क्रिप्ट की इतनी सारी requirements होती हैं, and probably you feel that you are said that you don't fit into that, तो आप बहुत सारी scripts ऐसे खो भी बैठते हो. Is it true?
I've never faced that really, because of the way you look to use a certain script. वैसे तो हुआ नहीं है. I mean, आजकल things have changed in a big way with regards to how scripts are changing, not so much on the looks of it, but more people should act, you know. That's changed in a big way. We've evolved in a big way. So I don't think I've lost out on work or anything because of, I don't think so.
And you know, coming back to, you know, your Mirzya, so you started from 2016 to now 23. How do you look at your career graph?
Well, I think lots of ups and downs, and I think the downs have made me a stronger person, a better actor, because I feel when you have downs in life, you learn so much more. So I feel that's made me a stronger person, which makes you a better actor. And then it's always been about how to improve myself. So when I go back and watch Mirzya, I feel I was so bad in so many places. I've worked on myself. So I like to see improvement in whatever I do with every film that I do. So it's been about trying to work on myself, get better. But it's been a really fun ride, yeah. I've really enjoyed every single film I've done, every single project I've done, and I have no regrets about anything I've done so far because everything's been a learning. And I get very nostalgic when I finish a project because I get so attached to the people, I get so attached to the project that I almost feel like khatam nahi hona chahiye. I get that attached to it. Like even right now, when I listen to Ghoomer songs or listen to even Mirzia songs, so many memories that are attached to it. So I'm that kind of a person I get very emotional.
And you know, are you constant, your choice of picking stories, are those consciously chosen, or you are someone who's very picky कि नहीं ये करना है, ये नहीं करना है, ये वाली script better है, और probably इस director के साथ अगर मैं कर रही हूँ तो एक बहुत अच्छा vision attached होगा. So that way is those choices are consciously made, or you are very picky?
So Luck by Chance में it's one of my most favorite films. They said that your first film, you don't choose your first film, the first film chooses you. It's a dialogue that is there in the film. So that's what happened with Mirzia. Nobody would have said no to a Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra, to the big launch pad that it was. That was means Bhag Milka Bhag, Rang De Basanti, Delhi 6. I've loved these films. So Mirzia happened. I auditioned for it for almost 7-8 months, and then Mirzia happened. So the film chose me. I didn't choose the film. Unfortunately, the film didn't work, and uske baad nobody chose me for anything. So I was
honest.
So I was waiting around at home, waiting for some work to come, but there was no work coming my way. And then Mr. Anurag Kashyap met me at a film festival and asked me if I'll do a film. I didn't really believe him because he is like Anurag Kashyap. He's an institution himself. So he showed faith in me, which really gave me a lot of confidence. And he's the man who put self-confidence in me because he offered Choke to me almost 8 months into Mirzia, but he made it much later, but he offered it to me then.
Achha.
Then uske baad, I used to keep going back to him, and he used to say that, see, you don't have any godfather in this industry, nobody is going to help you, you have to help yourself. So keep doing work which is interesting, keep doing work even if it's a small role, but it's making an impact. Like Breathe Me, it's a small role, but it moves the script forward. So the reason I used to pick certain things in that little choice that I had was purely, am I getting to do something different? So from playing princess and a double role in Mirzia, to a escort in Breathe, to an agent in Special Ops, to a poet in Fadu. So there have been roles which are all very, cricketer in Ghoomer, they've been all very different from each other. There's no two, Choked, of course, a banker, mother of two. So there's been constantly different roles that I've done. So the choice has been more to see how I can do things differently than worry about the length of the role.
You know, there was this article that I was going through where you said that you need to find a man who has qualities of Gulzar Saab, Sachin Tendulkar and Roger Federer.
वो तो होगा नहीं.
मिला कि नहीं मिला, मेरा main question.
कहाँ से मिलेगा? मतलब it's impossible. But no, I just was joking around when I said that. But I'm a big fan of all three of them. So कहते हैं ना dream man क्या होता है? The question I think was who's your dream man? I said this is the dream man.
But what if you're manifesting it?
Yeah. Never know. You never know.
क्या पता मिल जाए इसके बाद?
क्या पता यार.
I think
मतलब
you should
बहुत
update
मुश्किल.
your
ये तो
bio.
बहुत मुश्किल है.
Bio, बस मुझे ये चाहिए 3 qualities वाली.
मतलब a sportsman like that, someone so down to earth and humble and so skillful and talented, asking for too much.
So tell me, what are your upcoming projects now? When can we see you next?
So I finished a film with Excel. I'm playing a firefighter in that film. Again, something very new. Release तो पता नहीं, हमारा job complete होता है, अभी थोड़ा बहुत patch work बचा है. And I'm starting something with Neeraj Pandey end of the month. So these two things right now.
And we have to wait for the announcement.
I mean, I think it has Excel, and I think Excel has announced.
No, Neeraj
Neeraj
Pandey.
sir has to announce. He doesn't like announcing. You'll see it when it releases.
Okay, Saiyami, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
with
Thank
India
you very
Today, and
much.
all the very best for your
Thank
future
you.
endeavors.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.